Last time around, we have discussed how Android is better than iOS and why I'd rather pick an Android phone over an iPhone. Today, we are taking a hard U turn to take a look at the iOS side of things. There are still a lot of reasons why I'd never pick up an iPhone as my daily driver, but there are some things about the iOS ecosystem I wish were implemented better on Android. So while you are waiting for Apple to release iOS 15 along with its new iPhones in this September, I'm your host Ananthan here to explain why iOS is better than Android. So let's roll. Both iOS and Android have existed for more than 10 years now, and if I may say, they've aged and matured well. Google and Apple have been copying each other in this rat race, so there aren't a lot of things that one of these can't do. But there are a few things that Apple does really well with iOS. So let's talk about them. First, ecosystem. If you have ever asked someone why they are using an iPhone, the most common answer would be the ecosystem, the infamous Apple ecosystem. Trust me, as trivial as it may sound, there are people who give a lot of importance to the blue text bubbles in the iMessage app. Coming back to the actual reasons as to why one would buy into the Apple ecosystem, it's the integration. Take Sidecar for example. You can use your existing iPad wirelessly to either mirror or extend your display content. Add the Apple Pencil integration and voila, you can use it on apps like Photoshop and Illustrator to unleash your creativity. Handoff is another such feature that lets users seamlessly work and jump between their iOS and macOS devices. Not just the software features, the hardware ecosystem Apple built is commendable too. The AirPods, the Apple Watch, and even the HomePod. They work seamlessly with iOS devices. The W1 chip integration on the AirPods and even third-party accessories like Beats Audio products is the best in class for fast and seamless pairing. And with the addition of MagSafe with the new iPhones, it's just another trick up Apple's sleeve to lock you into the ecosystem. Third party support. I have been using both Android and iOS devices as part of my job for a lot of years, and one thing people like me would agree is that the third party app support is always better on iOS. Apple would launch only a few variants of their iPhones every year, and that makes the lives of developers much better with writing and optimizing the code for those few devices. That sadly isn't the case for Android, with gazillions of phones launching every year. The best example of this is Snapchat on Android versus iOS. Okay, story time. The real reason on why Snapchat sucks on Android is because devs at Snapchat found an easier way of optimizing the app on all Android devices. So when you fire up the camera on the Snapchat app, it isn't actually using your camera sensor to take a photo. Instead, it's taking a screen grab of your camera's viewfinder to capture photos. An honorable exception to this is the new S21 series from Samsung, where the app uses Android's Camera X library, which in turn enables the camera sensor to take photos. Privacy. We've all come to know that privacy is a myth in this day and age. It is still kind of true, but iOS is certainly better than Android in this regard. With iOS 14, Apple introduced app tracking notifications. This allowed users to opt out of apps tracking them throughout the system. This feature blocks Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, and many other apps which use the data to track and analyze user behavior to either sell them ads or the product themselves. Users can completely block apps from accessing their data or see the prompts if the app is using mic or camera in the background. Granted, with the latest Android updates, you can give permissions only when the app is running, but Android still has a long way to catch up with the privacy features of iOS. Apple's tight integration with Touch ID, Face ID, and Apple ID works like a charm, and I'd have better peace of mind making online payments with Apple Pay and adding my all credit card info. Let me be clear, Apple still has all your data, just like Google, but they are just not ready to share it with others. So it's up to you. Go ahead, pick your poison. Bloatware. One thing I absolutely detest on Android side of things is the bloatware and pre-installed apps that come with most smartphones. Even a lot of premium flagship series phones on Android come with ads and bloatware these days. Even though most of these can be uninstalled or disabled, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I absolutely hate setting up a new phone just to see some cheap third party apps pre installed on my phone. It just kills the joy of owning a new phone, right? Okay, as much as I hate the home screen setup and the lack of proper app menu on iOS, it's just a bliss to see there is no bloatware weighing down on my new phone. Even $1,000 plus Android devices come with bloat and duplicate apps. Samsung is the biggest culprit here with duplicate apps for browser, calendar, calculator, and so on. Even the Ultras and the Folds come with unnecessary bloat and ads. It's worse overseas when you get a carrier locked device and they'll fill it up with weird and wasteful apps. Software updates. Android phones get way less updates when compared to iPhones. A lot of brands have even backtracked on their promise of continued software support on many good selling phones, leaving the users stranded. Even when they get updates, they are usually riddled with a lot of bugs, or there have even been a lot of cases where the phone was simply bricked. That's not the case with iOS. Their support for the older phones has been spectacular. Not really spotless, but still miles ahead of Android. The latest iOS 15 release supports device going back to the iPhone 6s, a device that was released back in 2015. 2015. That's just a year after the Bendgate. I don't know about you, but that's an absolute win in my books. The support for iPads with iPadOS is commendable too. From just being a scaled up version of iOS to becoming a worthy contender to replace conventional laptops and workstations, it has come a long way. The same can't be said about the tablet support on the Android side of things. The optimization of popular apps like Instagram, Twitter, and even their own YouTube on big size devices are laughable at best. So that's all for this review. I have noticed that a lot of you guys in the comments started calling me hypocritical for bashing iPhones when we ourselves use iPhones a lot in our production. So here is me trying to bring balance to the universe. I'm sure a lot of you guys will call me an iSheep after the end of this video. So bring it on in the comments. This is Anandhan from FTJ. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.